Hi, I'm Redlaytee, and today I'm going to be watching The Wheel of Time Episode 5. Oh, before I forget, I wanted to say I rewatched Episode 1 the other day, and I did see the bits and pieces about the dragon being reborn 20 years ago, so I got that. I also wanted to say I've been really busy, so I haven't had time to get into the comments much, but I will say that one of my family members told me that it's a good thing that I didn't, because there was some stuff in there that I should never read, so I'm glad I didn't. But let's get into the recap. So first we have Perrin and Egwene. I believe that Egwene will want to go on to the White Tower. I believe also that Perrin will end up following her. But the big question is, are they going to be going to the White Tower on their own, or will they be traveling with the Tuatha I think it's in both of their interests if they travel alone, just because they might be bringing the dark forces against the Tuatha group, and they're peaceful, and they will probably get wiped out. Next up is Matt and Ran, who are running away from the Fade, who happen to show up at the farmhouse where they left Tom the Gleeman to fight. I think they're going to make their way to the White Tower. I don't know if they're actually going to make it, though, because of what's happening to Matt. And I do think they're probably Matt and him are going to have some kind of fight over, his health, his state of being. And last we have Moraine, Launt, and Nynaeve. I said it right this time. This group will obviously be continuing on their journey towards the White Tower with the rest of the Aes Sedai and their warders. What happens when they actually get there, though, I'm not exactly sure, because that could go many ways. Especially if they have to see the Amelin seat and all the other politics that may be going on with that. But I will say this, if any of the group happen to make it to the White Tower while Nynaeve and Moraine and the rest of them are there, I hope Nynaeve gets to see them. I hope at least somebody gets to see each other. But who knows, maybe the show will subvert our expectations and they won't actually reach the tower during the season. Let's hope that doesn't actually happen, though. But let's go ahead and get into the show and see where this journey takes us. Oh, they're burying the dead from the battle. What's going to happen to him now that she's dead, though? So if she dies, he keeps the ring? Thinking about it further, though, there's no way they're going to let him keep it. I mean, the ring is supposed to be a symbol of the Aes Sedai status, so they're probably just going to have him carry it back to the White Tower so they can give it to another sister, though, right?
May the last embrace of the mother welcome you home.
Oh, she's alive. I just noticed that. But it does make complete sense, though, because Nynaeve did do her massive heal before the Aes Sedai lady cut off the false prophet from his channeling abilities. So, yeah. But really, though, this poor warder guy, I feel so bad for him. It must be hard for him to see this because he knows, one day it's going to come for him. Oh, wow. What a visual. I was going to say, it must be hard for him seeing this because he knows one day it's going to happen to him too, where he's going to lose her. Or he could go out first and she loses him. Either way, it's not something even I want to think about. 1 month later, okay. They still haven't reached the tower. I wonder what the symbols on the rock are for. That could simply just be this world's version of a signpost or a road sign. But when I see stuff like that, my mind always goes to protective wards.
A long time since we've been home.
Do you still think of it as home?
Oh, they're finally here.
This saddle is home. This cloak. These boots. This brooding man at my side.
I swear I love these two.
Is she ready for what's waiting in the White City?
You think she talks to me?
She eats every night at the warder's fire.
She talks to you. So even Moraine has noticed. Interesting and too funny.
She's worried about Step.
Rightfully so.
Not supposed to outlive their Aes Sedai.
Yeah, I have bad feelings about what's going to happen to that poor guy. Hope I'm wrong.
You think the other four are already there?
If they are, we'll find them. And if they aren't, well, we'll find them.
I wonder if any actually did make it since it's been a month. I really do hope that at least one of the group makes it back besides Nynaeve and the rest of them. However, I think that probably one group isn't going to make it. I'm still banking on the idea that they're going to get captured probably by the Dark One or something. Because from a writer standpoint, that would probably make things more interesting. And if it was me writing this, I would have added at least one erroneous member to the group just to kill off before they even reach the tower. But they got it as me because it ended up like the Song of Ice and Fire series and would never get finished. Oh, he looks rough.
What is it, you piece of
Yeah. It's like anything will snap him at this moment. Poor Matt, man. And Rand's gonna have his hands full with this guy.
Mate, you're right.
You stop looking at me like you're my bloody wet nurse. Just tired. A month without a warm bed will do that.
That mountain.
What?
I don't know. I think I've seen it before.
All them must be getting close, maybe. Probably doesn't want to go because he probably knows in the back of his mind he's probably like, they're not going to like this. Is that the White City? I swear when I saw that, the very first thing that popped into my mind was Oblivion's Imperial City. Yeah, I know they have nothing to do with each other, but that's just how my brain goes.
Tell me again.
Matt,
A little girl. On the farm.
it wasn't you, Matt.
You know you didn't kill that family. You would never hurt that little girl.
That sucks. He doesn't even know. Most people probably noticed it the first time, but I sure didn't. So I had to go back and rewatch it again. And sure enough, the only person with blood on their weapon happened to be the Fade. I just wish Matt believed Rand because this has got to be eating him up inside. But that does beg the question, what exactly happens to Matt's mind when he has the dagger out and the shadows start coming out of his mouth? Does his mind simply become clouded because of the influence of the dagger? Or is there something inside the dagger causing it to be cursed, like a dark entity that's trying to slowly take him over?
Maybe I'll have a look around town myself.
Do not underestimate the women in this tower. Each of them has her own goal, her own agenda, her own pride and ambition. And when news spreads of your presence here, which it will, you'll be expected to become a novice immediately.
Oh, okay.
And if you're not careful, those tower politics will eat you alive.
Yeah.
If I'm as powerful as you say I am, maybe it's you, Aes Sedai, who shouldn't underestimate me.
Oh, you know what they say, pride comes before a fall. I'm just hoping this is bravado because she's scared or something, and being alone in the tower with a bunch of Aes Sedai around her. I hope it's that and she's not just letting the power make her arrogant.
It's all right to be afraid. And now you're wondering, how do you fit into the world? Can you ever go back to being who you were? And the answer is no. Now, stay here, do not speak to anyone, and I will try and protect you as best I can.
I really like Moraine and I really want to trust her, but like she said, everyone in the Order has their own agenda, and I'm hoping hers is to actually help them out, you know what I mean? But we don't know anything about her still. I mean, we don't even know why she personally took up the task to find the dragon. Was it her choice, or was she simply given the task? I don't know. I guess I just need more information to be able to trust her, but I really do want to. Because I think she would be a great teacher for the Neve. Okay, so they're still with the Tuatha on.
Did you see? The White Tower.
Oh, they are right there. So they're all going to make it to the White Tower this episode. Awesome. I swear, I thought the author was going to pull some stuff that I would have wrote. Is he going to notice them? Because he remember their faces.
Those two. Bring them to me.
He has a
Can't
good memory.
just take our people.
Also, damn you, author. Good job. I don't think that will work against
The way
him.
of belief against the way of the light.
I mean, I totally get the sentiment and the show of solidarity. I do. But you're on a dirt road, and the other side has guys on horses. They can just go around you before you can even react or go through you. But probably go through you. But they can also go around. But she also probably did it so they would have time to escape too. So I understand that.
We can't just leave them.
White cloaks may be bastards, but they won't kill Tuatha Ann. Come on, hurry.
Well, they'll just beat you to within an inch of your life, though. So I can't really say I didn't see that coming, but I hope Aram is okay. I hope he just lays wherever he got thrown and they don't kill him. And Perrin and Egwene, though, I am in total fear for their lives because that flippin' Whisperer is crazy. He loves torture and blood and just pain, and he really reminds me of one of the Grand Inquisitors from the Spanish Inquisition or something. I wonder if that's what they thought about when they wrote his character.
A growth and cycle.
I didn't even hear you come in. My first day in Tarvalon, I could not believe the uproar.
What is he? Is he
Children
like half giant?
cried, women screamed, and a mob chased me all the way across the city waving knives.
I love that we're getting to see other races besides humans in this show. But I do have one question though. What is the Crothian cycle? Why was he looking that up in, I'm guessing this is the library.
You're an ogre.
Ogre.
Ogier. Royale, son of Arendt, son of Halan. And who are you?
Rand.
You mean we get intelligent ogres in this story? I mean, ogres. Either way, that's pretty sweet.
I'm not an Ioman.
Really? Red hair is one of the
Oh, I never even thought of that. He's got red hair.
Work out where a human is from.
I'm from the Two Rivers.
An Ioman from the Two Rivers.
I'm not an Ioman.
An Ioman from the Two Rivers who insists that he is not an Ioman.
Wait a minute. So he must have gotten it from his dad because his dad had white hair, but he had mixed in red too. Does that mean that's the reason why he's such a good warrior, Rand's dad? But wait a minute. If he is an Aiel, or at least has Aiel in his blood, why didn't the mining town people come after him? Because weren't they putting Aiel people who had red hair into the cage? Or is Rand's hair brownish red and not exactly the true red that they're looking for? I'm thinking that's got to be what it was because they didn't even spare Rand a second look. Poor guy. With her horse. Okay, so that must be the custom that the warder does to signify that their Aes Sedai has fallen in battle. Because at first I looked at it and I was like, did he bring back her foot?
They're bringing in the false dragon. They say he was a man who could channel. It drove him mad.
I wouldn't throw food though. I mean, for one, the ladies are right there near him. You might hit them. Oh. And they see the madness in another. Oh, Logain wasn't even looking at him, much less laughing, so that had to have been in Matt's head, right? And if so, that's a dangerous sign, because that just means he's really starting to slip away.
Let's make a deal. If it turns out it's one of us, that you or me can channel, we won't let each other become like that. I won't be like that. You won't. You don't know that.
They say they all go mad.
Promise me.
I promise.
Pretty sure you both are.
You do the same for me?
You bet.
So I'm not really sure if I like the way that Matt was able to come out and just say, you know, hey, buddy, I'll take you out. Like, it's no problem. But going back to what the Ogier said, if Rand does indeed have Aiel blood in him, does that mean that he doesn't actually channel? And that's not what he did when he broke down that door in the mining town. Is what he actually did, like, tap into an ability that his people had, maybe, or was passed down to him from his father. Where, like, in RPGs, they have, like, Dwarven Bloodlust and Warrior Berserk mode. Is that what this is? Because I know you guys told me before that there's other abilities or other powers besides the one power in the world. Because just thinking about it, I'm like, they wouldn't drop the knowledge on us that he has Aiel blood in him for no reason. If so, this is good news because he would make an awesome warder for someone. Most preferably, Egwene. Then again, his dad didn't really show any kind of ability like that when he was fighting the Trolloc. But then again, he did get poisoned. So maybe that's why. I don't know, but it's interesting.
That's when I met Karina. Stupid young boy with a death wish, facing off against an Aes Sedai.
Is that how she took him in?
Laughed at me. And then bought me a drink. And when she needed a warder, she was already so powerful that she could have had anybody she wanted, but she asked for me.
She asked him. Oh, that's so
I couldn't
cool.
believe it. I told her to reconsider, but she wouldn't. She just rolled her eyes at me, and that was that. We bonded. And I had to become worthy of her.
It sucks. We get to know their story after she's gone. And I swear, look at Lon. His face is basically the look of a man whose mind is going, that could be me. That's going to be me one day. What am I going to do? Sad.
My dad tried to kill me when I was 12. So,
Stop your whining.
Great symbolism, though. Return to the fire that actually made you. That was totally sad. But I did learn something new, so warders can bond to another Aes Sedai. However, I highly doubt that this guy's going to do that. I have a bad feeling about what's going to happen to him. He's not the one you want to be captured by. Why is this guy always eating something when he's got someone bound in front of him that he's obviously about to torture? I wonder if it's just symbolism that, it doesn't bother him so he can eat and still shed blood.
If you care for her, boy, don't fight.
Are they going to torture him so she talks?
Call me Child Valder. Your authority is in the light, not me. The light must have brought you before me for a reason. Twice.
I don't like the knife in his hand.
The light never does anything without a purpose.
I assure you, sir.
Child Valder. But you can touch the one power. I know you can.
How can he know, though? Or is it just a guess because she happened to be in the presence of someone he supposed was an Aes Sedai? Because he obviously doesn't have any magic because the White Cloaks don't believe in that, right? Or does he actually have some kind of power that they deem as being okay because they see it as being a gift from God?
And what makes you think that I'm a man who stays true to his oaths? That I won't just bleed you out right here and now?
I believe he'd do that too.
If you're going to do it, then do it.
Oh, girl, don't say that.
But know this. I'll come back in my next life and split you from head to tail like the pig you are.
You would have made a strong Aes Sedai. A wonderful ring to add to my collection.
But see, he doesn't have a gag on her, but he has one on Perrin, so I believe he's going to use Perrin to make her talk. Why? Why?
The Creator never meant for us to have access to so much power. The
If you
idea
take a
that
strip
the
off this
one
guy,
power comes from anywhere other than the dark is absurd. Channel for me, girl, and I'll kill you and let the boy go. Don't channel, and I'll kill the boy and let you go.
What? I was gonna say conundrum, but I couldn't even get the words out because I was so sickened by this guy's actions. I hope she does channel, and I hope she channels and ends up killing this guy, for real.
I'll leave you two to discuss.
Somebody please find these two. Why do I have the feeling Perrin will die to let her live? But wait a minute, he can't yet. Because we don't even know what his ability is with the whole wolf situation. I mean, they wouldn't just show us a possible animal affinity ability and tease it and do nothing with it. And we haven't even seen her channel yet. Now, if they had shown their powers before, or their abilities, their full abilities before we got to this point, then I'd be like, yeah, one of them's gonna kick it. But I don't think so. Then again, I've been wrong before about things, and maybe this will be the show's way of subverting our expectations.
Grand Alpha,
He's back.
did you know that Ogier have access to the White Tower grounds?
Yes.
No. But why?
I went there and found the woman you spoke of.
Oh my god, you're amazing.
The braid is a distinct rite of passage in it.
We thought you were dead.
It was really very simple.
Where's Egwene and Perrin?
On our way, I think.
Man, if only.
Show me your tongue.
Don't touch
Oh!
me! I'm sorry.
Oh god.
Sleep, man. You need to rest.
Seriously, what are they gonna do about him? He's getting worse.
I know Moraine said we should come to her at the White Tower. I don't know if we can trust her. We saw what the Aes Sedai did to the False Dragon.
Is she gonna advocate for them to go?
We don't need the Aes Sedai. We're two Rivers folk. I'll heal what I can, and when Egwene and Perrin arrive, we'll sort out the rest. Together.
But you were probably followed. So I wonder if we're gonna come to a point where the Aes Sedai actually find Rand and Mat, and they want to gentle Mat, and that causes a rift between the Aes Sedai and the Five. Which side would Moraine actually fall on then? I wonder what she would actually do.
So I took Egwene's hands, and she held on so tight.
Did she heal her?
She looked at me and she said, I'm not ready.
Did she heal her?
She was so small.
Or did Egwene heal herself?
She just lay there the whole night while her own body tried to break itself in half.
No, it had to be her because Egwene would have tried to do it
And
before.
she didn't cry.
Maybe.
Not once. In the morning, the fever had broken. Not her.
I'm thinking because she was holding her hand the entire night, Nynaeve unconsciously has channeled her healing ability and saved her and just doesn't realize it. I'm thinking it has to be because Nynaeve's ability is more specialized in healing, whereas we haven't even seen Egwene's yet. But I have a feeling that her power is going to be more specialized in offense than support. If you can do anything, save yourself and him, please. Egwene, please. He's gonna let himself die, isn't he?
If it has to be one of us, it should be me.
Oh, God. No. Not like this. Not by that guy.
This is what I deserve.
No, you don't.
Then I heard another from behind me, and I swung with all my strength.
It was an accident, though. You didn't mean to murder her.
But it was her.
Poor guy. And it's been killing you ever since.
I killed her.
If you were a monster, you wouldn't care, and you're not. Exactly.
Have we reached a decision?
I hate this guy. Maybe a ram can save him, but I don't even know what he would do. Plus, they
It was
don't.
an accident, Perrin.
No.
Not your fault.
Oh, girl, what are you gonna do?
No. Egwene, no.
What are you gonna do?
Just drift.
If you do anything, take out this guy.
There you are.
And break out of your bonds. Come on. Take him out. Even though it was weak, does that mean that her specialization's in fire? We know you have power exploding from the inside. Oh, she did it to his bonds.
I was expecting more.
Do it! Get up! Please. Please, kill him. I know you wanted in peace, but he doesn't deserve it. Come on.
What are you?
Oh. Okay, I'm actually glad it was Egwene and not Perrin who killed him, but I do have a theory brewing about Perrin because of his eyes. But I need more. Go, 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 go! Or was those the wolves? Those are the wolves, aren't they? It's not the gypsy's dogs. It's his wolves. Go, 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 go! They won't attack you.
You won't hurt us.
How do you know?
Just trust him. All right, it's Perrin a Beastmaster. Is that a thing in this world? I mean, because he can kind of control beasts, or at least wolves, and he can take on their aspects, like the strength that we just saw, and his eyes went a color that kind of reminded me of like some kind of animal. He is, right? I mean, he's got to be. Come on, don't tell me, but I'm pretty sure he is. The
A
red.
girl with her raw talent and lack of control would need mentoring.
And you think she'll choose Red? The wisdom of the two rivers. After her first channeling healed the dying.
Our yellow sisters will be desperate to get their hands on her.
It's true.
But there's a certain force of will she cannot hide. A sense that the world would be better if everyone obeyed the rules.
She doesn't have that in her.
Her rules.
One thing she doesn't share, though, is your contempt for men.
That is true. She actually cares about the
I
rest of
suggest
them.
you look for converts elsewhere.
Tell him, Moraine. I can't believe she actually thought that she was gonna get Nynaeve. No way.
And who are you trying to keep away?
Ishar, my dear. Father of lies. You believe any of it? Think they can still touch our world?
The Forsaken sold their souls to Dark One for eternal life. Even if the last dragon sealed them away.
Eternity is a very long time.
Oh, he sealed them away. Okay.
Very long time.
But where did the last dragon seal them away? Did he seal them inside people, inside stone statues, inside another dimension? How many are there? And I'm pretty sure some of them are going to get free, right? Because you can't just have the Dark One without his generals or whatever you would call them.
I read once there's a way to release the bond.
But would he agree to that, though?
There now, sister. Don't do that. Lan has nothing to worry about. You'll be here with us a long time yet.
I sure hope so, but I don't think they would bring up the fact that she read somewhere that you can erase the bond and not show it at some point.
I got word that the Amelin's returning from Camelin. She summoned us to the hall to answer for Logain. You're one of the only sisters strong enough to challenge her. Leandrin's strength is growing. More and more sisters are listening to her, and not just the Reds.
Ah, okay, so that's why she wanted Nynaeve. Makes sense. Oh man, I just thought of something. Does this mean that Leandrin's going to try to pin everything that happened with Logain onto Moraine? Because the only other Aes Sedai who was there with them when he got free was the Green Aes Sedai. She died. Is she going to try to say that Moraine tried to do something? What are you going to do? I have political intrigue involved in all this too. Is that... It's sort of like an Inception picture because she's looking at a frame with the lady looking through a window that's kind of shaped like the frame. But anyway, it's a lady in blue, and we haven't seen the Amelin seat, so I'm guessing, I'm going to take a wild stab here, Moraine had a thing with the lady who is now the Amelin seat. But watch, I'm probably totally wrong, and the Amelin seat's going to be like some 90-year-old old lady who looks like a hag.
Tell me about the wisdom.
Nothing to tell.
Because you've never been a talker, but I have eyes. She touched the one power for the first time to save your life.
Yeah, really.
Barely spoken to me since.
She's stubborn, knows her own mind, knows she's falling for you.
That's a bad idea for her.
Is it really though? I mean, what if Maureen ends up liking her too? And they end up with a relationship like the one Green Aes Sedai lady where they have like, you know, a big old party. So I could see something like that happening. However, I could also see where Moraine just happens to erase their bond so Lan can actually be happy. Because why else would she have been reading about how it's done? What happened? Where's the guy? He gave it to you. Oh, I see. So Lan couldn't stop him. This sucks, because they have to be thinking about what happens if that happens to them. That sucks. I swear I'm like Bert and Guster from Psych. I'm such a sympathetic crier. Especially when it's a guy doing it. I don't know, it just makes it like even more. Does anybody know though, is there any real significance in Lan touching the body? Is it some sort of ritual or is it just like symbolism for him being the closest one to the deceased and he's yelling to let out the pain? I'm just curious and would like to know a little more. But let's talk about the group and where I think this is going to lead us next. So Rand, I'm pretty sure he's of Aiel descent, which allows him to call on some kind of berserker bloodlust mode to give him extra strength. And Perrin, I'm pretty sure he is a beastmaster and he can take on the aspects of some kind of wild beast and also control animals, or at least influence them. And then there's Egwene, and I'm pretty sure she's going to be specialized in fire, so she'll be their offensive channeler. If she does make it to the White Tower, my guess is maybe she might even train to be a Green Aes Sedai. And maybe Rand might become her warder. And there's also a possibility that since she's Green Aes Sedai, they usually take more than one. Maybe she'll even have Perrin become one too. And I'm pretty sure because of Leandrin's words to Moraine, she's going to end up training Nynaeve in the healing arts. And at some point, she's going to release Lan from his bond so he can be with Nynaeve. Now, that just leaves Mat. So, I believe no matter what, the Aes Sedai are going to find out some way that Mat is a channeler and that he's slowly going mad. And that they're going to want to gentle him. and our group is going to be against that. I don't know how Maureen's going to react to that though. But either way, when we're talking about who the dragon is, I don't think it's Rand and I don't think it's Perrin because we haven't seen them use any kind of threads when they use their abilities. Now, it could be the whole trope where they want the viewer to see things through like the women's eyes who can't see the threads of the men. That could possibly be it, but I don't think so. I don't think it's Nynaeve either because that's way too damn obvious. Because I think that they honestly show that she has a lot of power way too early for it to be her. So then that just leaves me, Egwene, and Matt. And then I thought about it and I was like, well, didn't Moiraine say that Egwene had a lot of channeling ability? So I thought about it for a while. Then I was like, nah. From a writer standpoint, who would you want to give it to that no one would even freaking think about it? That would be Matt. Why wouldn't you give it to Matt then? No one would flipping guess that. The only bad thing is Matt can totally be swayed by the Dark One's words, probably, with him not wanting to believe that the dragon is real and that he's the dragon. So he might actually go over to the Dark One's side, wanting to break the wheel. I could see that. Now, I do have another theory, though. If it doesn't turn out to be Matt, it could actually be Rand. And the only reason why I would even think this is because they could bond him with Egwene to try to stave off the madness. That's the only reason why I think it's him. But I really want it to be Matt. Now, I know a part of our group was already kidnapped before by the White Cloaks in this episode. However, I still believe someone's going to be kidnapped by the Dark One, and the others are going to have to come save them. In my mind, I really think it's going to be Egwene because that's why Rand had that dream. And in doing so, it's going to force Rand and the rest of them to try to come save him, and that's going to bring Matt to the Dark One, which I think might end up being a bad move. Now, when speaking of the not-so-distant future, I think the next episode is going to bring us the discussion between the Aes Sedai and what actually happened to Logain, how he got free. And I seriously think Leandrin's going to try to throw Moiraine under the bus for this. I'm not sure if that's going to work out. It probably won't, maybe. And I do think that someone's going to figure out that Matt is slowly going mad, and that'll cause the rift between our group and the Aes Sedai too. So I think that maybe that's what's going to happen in the next episode. But I guess we'll see, and I can't wait to find out. How about you?